Okay, we know the halacha of if we eat something, the iker and tofel, you say bracha on the iker and you poiter as a tofel. The shaila is, sometimes there is a tofel to the tofel. If the bracha of the iker could poiter not only one tofel but a second tofel. So here is the scenario that the Chemed brings from the Chasam Sofer. He says like this: the yain poiter kol min mashkin. You know the wine. When you say bracha on the wine, you don't say bracha any other beverages anymore, because the wine is the king of all the beverages. So in the Stabak Chasam Sofer, he says maybe Siman Mem Zayin, Misha coffee. Somebody drinks a coffee, so you won't have to say bracha on the coffee if you said bracha on the wine. But then he says, you with the coffee you take sugar. They used to take a sugar, not to mix in the coffee.
Some people still do.
Like a piece of candy. Yeah, and so you're taking that sugar to drink to sweeten the coffee. So it's tofel to the coffee. But Marshall, if you would say bracha on the coffee himself without any wine, you wouldn't have to say another bracha on the sugar, because it's tofel. And I'll tell you another, the Marshall, there would be a piece of chocolate, more practical probably. Today people have either mixed the sugar and the coffee, take a piece of chocolate, let's say. So the shy like this, since it's a bracha on the wine. Wine is poiter, all the beverages. Okay, and the chocolate now, you're doing it not for the sake of the chocolate itself, but just to accompany the coffee. So the shaila again, if there is the ikar is the wine, the coffee is tofel, bottle to the wine. That's why you don't have to say the shaila. If I have to say bracha on the chocolate now, or on the sugar or not, but the shaila is the tofel, the two tfeilim of it. That's the shaila. Yeah.
It's not two tefillah. The sugar's not a mashke. Wine is quite a mashke.
No, it's tough, but it's tough to the.
You're right. Sugar is not a mashke. You cannot say bracha on the wine. Put the sugar. You're right. The shaila over here, the coffee is niftar with the bracha of the wine. Now the piece of chocolate you're eating, you want to eat it together with the coffee as a sweetener, or the piece of sugar you're taking, binding on it. So the coffee you don't have to say bracha. You have to say bracha on the chocolate, on the sugar. You're eating a piece of sugar, a cubic. You have to say bracha on that or not. You could say the bracha of the wine is not pattering the chocolate. It's not a mashke, but it's bottle, it's tofel to the coffee. So that's the shaila. You could say two tofels or not. Yeah?
It's like sweet maybe.
Well, it's not the same. It's not a topic. It's a similar idea, but it's not the same. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it says like this. The shaila is a little bit bigger. It's not if you said two tofels. Over here, usually by the food, we say birkas hamoitzi patering, all the food comes with the bread. Over there, it's a real tofel, because you're eating the main thing is the bread, and you're eating together with the bread, the gefilte fish, meat. It's mamish tofel. The coffee is not going together with the wine. It's just because chashivus of the wine is the king of the beverage. So it's a more shaila by the wine rather than stam ma'acholim umashkim, because the whole idea of the wine powdering the coffee is not part of the wine. Bechlal, no shaykhus with it. Elamai, he's the king of all the beverages. So that's the shaila. If you could go that far, also that the wine should should be powdering now your chocolate again because of the coffee. So it brings like this. He says, this Mogen Avram in Siman Kuf Ein Dalet is bringing it from the Shilte HaGeborim. The Mogen Avram says like this. Anisim shoichlem achar asuda lemasek ashsia. Exactly. Ave kmotznoin v'zayis. They used to drink after the Suuda some beverages together with other things. That's like in our case over here. They have different things. Like chocolate goes together with the coffee, or sugar with the coffee. He says, "Ubirkas hayayin poteres." So in this case, since the beverage is yoitza with the birkas hayayin, and you take the other stuff together with the wine, the birkas hayayin, according to this, it's really pattering tofel letofel. Yeah. So that's how he lamaisa he brings to the Chazam Sofer, how he paskens. Yeah. Yeah, so he says it's part of staka in such a case. Okay, so the only thing, the one nakuda I want to bring on this, sometime it would not. In Siman Reish Yud Beis, the Ramah brings over there like this. Hodom Borchen ala Ikar. When you say bracha, and the main thing is, like would be over here, the bread and you're partnering the food, or the wine and you're partnering the beverages, he says, I know, or in our case would be coffee and chocolate. Let's say you it's the same bracha, but you mainly, or let's say you would take something that's not the same bracha. Let's say you take some kind of a sweetener as a fruit, as a sweetener to your coffee, yeah? Says and as in the way the Alter Rebbe explains ochlam biyachad, meaning you in the same room, you together. Or she'ochel iker tchila. That's the punchline of the what I'm going to bring the Ramah over here. Avalim ochel atofel tchila. Let's say you're eating a date as a sweetener to your coffee. If you would drink the coffee first, and the date is only a sweetener, yeah, it's part. You don't have to say bracha. And by the way, in some communities, if I'm not mistaken, the Moroccan communities, they on Pesach they didn't eat any sugar. The sweetener was the dates. So he taking his tea, his coffee, and he's eating the dates, not for the dates, as a sweetener to the coffee. If he said first bracha on the tea, then he does the bracha on the dates. Yeah, but if he eats the date first, he says. And then he brings another example of the akaponim. If you're eating the tefillah tchila, you would say bracha on the tefillah. According to this would be if somebody, again, he doesn't have to say bracha on his chocolate, because that would be dessert. If you said, let's say on the Sudas Shabbos, you said already bracha on the wine. The coffee you're partnering with your wine. Now you want to eat at the end of the meal the chocolate with the coffee together as a sweetener. You don't have to say bracha on dessert. You would say bracha normally. Over here you don't have to say bracha on the chocolate. The jitza with the butter to the wine, to the coffee, the chocolate to the coffee. But if you take the chocolate first before you take the coffee, you would have to say bracha on the chocolate. And the Alter Rebbe, he recommends to do that in Hilchas Birkas Anenin. Said that he recommends to do that because it's not called bracha shena tzricha. Befrat over here, the halacha says when you eat in such a scenario, you say bracha on it first. Adrabah, he recommends. So in such a case, again on Shabbos, you have a coffee.
So how do you know that the person puts the sugar does not before the coffee?
What are you having it for?
They get fresh moves, so you end up eating sugar.
What are you having it for? Is it
One at a time. I can't do 5 people at the same time. Again.
If the other says you like to make a bracha before, let's eat half hour.
No. If you
What's the question?
Okay, again, Shabbos you made kiddush on the wine. During the meal, you don't have to say bracha on any beverages. Even at the end, you take a coffee at the end. It's not the coffee is bottled with the bracha of the wine. Now, if you want to take a chocolate as a sweetener to the coffee, so the Chassam Sofer based on the Mogen Avraham, based on the Shultei Giborim, you wouldn't say bracha even on a second tofel, which is the chocolate of it. However, the Ramah brings in the Reish Yud base. All this, if you had the coffee first, then you had the sweetener, the chocolate. What happened if you took the chocolate first? You would say bracha on it because it's not tofel to your coffee.
So the person always puts the sugar in first by coffee. Sugar goes in the mouth first, then you drink the coffee.
Then you would say bracha on it.
So it's never gemot.
No, you could sometimes come to go and then put the sugar. I'm just saying, be careful. All I'm saying is that this halacha, you have to be careful in case you didn't say bracha on the coffee because you were moitzi the coffee with the wine. Then you bring the coffee the first, and then the first sifat list, and then that become tofel. If you take the sugar, the chocolate first, in such a scenario, we didn't say bracha on the coffee because you were only moitzi with the wine. So take the tofel first, and you could say that's what Ramah said. You could say bracha and other Alter Rebbe again. You should do this way. That's not called bracha shena tzricha. Then in such a case, again, so it comes out like this: if you're sitting through the Shabbos, if you count coffee at the end. The coffee is yotze with the wine. If you take the coffee first, then the chocolate doesn't need bracha. If you take the chocolate first, it needs bracha, and it's recommended to do it some. Okay.